I'm going to bring up the shorter, older one first that's more music related. Lyle Crocodile. From 22, so a little old, but we talked about it on our Family Dynamics podcast because we had like a book that we thought maybe was that we couldn't remember.
It was not.
And it wasn't, and we spent 10 minutes trying to figure that out. But part of that was there's a movie coming out. I'm like, I'm kind of interested in that. I don't mind a computer-generated animated movie where like a character is in the real world, so it's all composited, but it's also a cartoon. So they're
like
going to do
Paddington Bear.
Yeah, exactly like Paddington Bear.
Okay.
So this one was about Lyle the Crocodile, which came from a book written originally by Bernard Waber. I wouldn't have guessed that.
No.
I don't know that name.
I don't know him.
He's not a well-known household name. But it's the classic, performer or musician or whomever finds a magical animal that can sing, and then he tries to take it on stage, and what does it do? It shuts up.
Oh, no.
And ruins your career.
Oh.
I did not know I was getting Javier Bardem or that he was going to be singing.
What?
I mean, I kind of understood this was going to be a musical going into it from the trailers. I'm like, that'll take me a little while to get fully up to speed on animated and singing. Not that most animations don't sing, but like the main character is a singing crocodile. So that's going to be a lot of singing. Okay. But Javier Bardem plays like the magician that finds him originally. They have a great full 10-minute intro sequence, and then he's got to bail because Lyle doesn't sing. So he runs out of money.
Oh, no.
It feels like it was set in the 1920s or the 30s when the magician was trying to bring an act with him to stage. But the stage that he's on is like America's Got Talent.
Oh.
So he's in the wrong era. Then he's got to go because it doesn't work out. And then they give us, it's been 18 months. I'm like, well, yeah, because the life of the crocodile is what we're actually abiding by. Not and then this house sat there for 50 years and did nothing.
I thought a crocodile had a long life, Ed.
It can, but we're getting in on the infancy and then immediately catching back up with he went to go solve his money problems for a year and a half, 18 months. Not he left and then this crocodile grew up and now we're dealing with an adult crocodile. It's still a teenager or a kid crocodile.
So it starts as a young kid crocodile, and now we're got a singing teenage crocodile.
A teeny baby crocodile that grows up very quickly. And then it ends up staying in this house that Javier Bardem's character had to let go of, which then is how he becomes the pet and friend of and the rest of the story. And I don't want to give anything away. There's lots of singing, but it was mostly that I was not expecting Javier Bardem. Okay, fine, but I know what I'm going to get. I'm going to get an animated crocodile. But I also got Scoot McNairy, which is one of my favorites. He was in a TV series called Halt and Catch Fire, which is a terminology phrase, which I really love that they use that as the name of the show. But then it was all about the technology that they were making and creating in the 80s when computers were up and coming, and personal computers. Scoot's character arc, although not perfect because he makes some mistakes along the way, I really did enjoy his character arc in that. So getting to see him do more stuff that isn't all techie and weird and almost no one watched is a lot more fun.
Yeah.
He's out there being a dad. It's great.
I watched Halt and Catch Fire. I really liked it. It was a great series. He was great in it. He was a dad character, but he was one of the cornerstones of tech trying to move forward on, I don't want to get too into it, but they were basically trying to create a search engine and they kind of get, They
had a couple different iterations of what they were doing.
It was the not funny version of Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
It was more serious.
It would be Silicon Valley's prequel of making all the computers the first time.
Yeah.
And figuring out how to make a modem and make the internet.
Oh, how anxiety-inducing, because Silicon Valley, every episode you're what went wrong again?
Yeah, they would always
just
step in it. And it was just,
so just a couple other shout-outs that I wanted to bring up in this. Although I'm a big fan of SNL, and there's been a couple new episodes, and you should probably tune in and catch them because they're fresh and they're new. Ego Nwodim, she's short but great in this. I like her as the agent that she played.
She's great. I love her.
And then Brett Gelman plays the irritated neighbor, and he is pretty great as an irritated neighbor. Generally, that's kind of the character mode that he gets, somewhat funny, but also very irritable.
Yeah, you guys might know him from Stranger Things.
Oh, he's fantastic.
So good.
Yeah.
And who plays Lyle?
The voice of Lyle is Shawn Mendes.
Oh,
Which-
and
Both
he's
the
singing.
acting and the singing.
Oh, I think he did both. I think I did hear that. He did
Yeah.
the.
I mean,
the
it would make
voice
sense
and
that
the
he's going to
singing.
do
Yeah.
the singing.
But it was very
I just
poppy
didn't know.
and-
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't quite recognize that. It's not Justin Timberlake, but it could have been.
I mean, disclaimer: I do know it's directed by two guys, Josh Gordon and Will Speck, and I do know Josh Gordon.
Nice.
I didn't see it in the movie theaters though.
Well, where's
I
it
hadn't
available,
seen it.
Ed? Yeah.
It's available on Netflix right now.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
cool.
Great.